good. Okay, very good.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, February 9th, 2021, episode number 621. And only Wes was correct about the Super Bowl winner. You guys see my new goatee? It's in honor of Bruce Arians.
I love that. You got the Kegel hat coming too, right?
Kegel coming. I'm reading TB12 method book. I'm just going to be all about the champ life for just a little bit, just revel in their glory.
None of that sank in for me today. We covered it on the Hive Hour, and I immediately went and ate a brownie and haven't drank much water. So,
I'm just reading TB12 method. To be clear, I've been eating terribly while reading it. I have drank more water.
Thinking about it.
Yeah, thinking about it. But
I did the opposite.
That's on patreon.com/hard factor, right? If you want to hear the hard Hive Hour. Yeah. And I was probably the most depressed I've been in a decade on that show. And it sunk through so much that my dad texted me recently and said, son, I hope you're okay. And how much money did you lose? How many thousands? And then said, I think you might want to get that book. And then 30 minutes later texted me and said, the book's in the mail on your way. So I have the TB12 method on the way as well. Well, I thought he was maybe going to give me just $2,000 would have been better, but maybe the
he just shipped you TB12.
Maybe the TB12 book is more valuable than the grand.
Taught a man to fish.
Amazing. All right, well let's TB12 it. Look, listen to this. I was thinking, what if we did an experiment and you just did a year of TB12?
Let's do it.
You'd see, because this is Brady's last year. You'd see how much different your life would be. I bet you it would be considerably different.
Can't get much worse.
Be a lot better.
Yeah,
it's guaranteed a lot better.
Probably so. I can't even imagine what the Bruce Arians goatee would add to that as well. TB12 lifestyle plus the goatee.
A lot of respect.
You're talking. You're talking about a good year. Yeah.
Well,
maybe. I don't know, Pat.
No, it's going to be a good year.
Oh,
Pat,
yeah. The idea of following something closely related to your health and personal being for a year, it's a great idea, Will. It's an awesome idea. One that we've all tried before, but TB12 it.
But this time, I think we can do it, right?
You know you're in trouble when your dad's sending you self-improvement books in the mail in your mid-30s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He knows he's got confidence in you. That's what that says.
Yeah.
Well, I told Mark in our stereo.
I hope this book makes up for anything I didn't do as a father, but it seems like it'll fill the gaps.
I told Mark on the stereo we did. I turned 39 in exactly a month. And this is it. This is it. Yeah. So
Wes said he's going to give it one last go.
How do you mean?
This whole health
last
thing.
go.
He's going to give it one last go at getting healthy.
And then once you hit 40, just it's up, the wheels are off.
Nah, probably. Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah. What's the fucking point?
You got sober this year, Wes. That's huge.
It is huge. Yeah. I gave years of life back to myself, so I need to look good for those extra years, right?
Well, I think that sounds like we're all going TB12.
Let's do it.
Patty,
let's fucking do it.
Yeah, I guess I'm in.
Nice TB12. All right,
Mom, you know my address, so get on and get that TB12.
Yeah, Dad, are you going to send any of those resistance bands, or is it just the book?
Yeah, there's some exercise equipment you're going to need. I'm going to make a cheat sheet.
Mr. Borgie sent the TB12 to Mark, so just.
Will, when you get into Costco, I don't know if you've been yet, but they have
it's on my to-do list. They
have water salesmen in there just about every weekend, and you can get a nice water cooler that they'll deliver water jugs to your house.
You know what you need? Good. We'll get into this later, but we might need electrolytes in our water. So we're gonna have to have to map this out.
We gotta get to the news. They sell those there too. Okay. The electrolytes.
Sorry. Okay, good. But we got to get going. But yeah, TB12 for at least a week, at least a couple days.
Let's get into impeachment 2.0, guys. The second impeachment trial for former President Donald Trump is set to begin today. Actually, it's like the vote on the rules is today, and then Wednesday the actual stuff gets underway. But as the Dems waste more time and money trying to convict him for incitement following the January 6th storming of the Capitol, stating in the articles that President Trump, quote, repeatedly issued false statements asserting that the presidential election results were fraudulent and should not be accepted, and willfully made statements to the crowd that encouraged and foreseeably resulted in lawless action at the Capitol, leading to violence and loss of life. President Trump gravely endangered the security of the United States and its institutions of government, threatened the integrity of the democratic system, interfered with the peaceful transition of power, and imperiled a co-equal branch of government. So that's what they're saying.
Okay.
And yeah.
You're saying we should just let that go, Wes?
No, I'm just saying that it already looks like it's going to be a huge waste of time. And I think they've even kind of seen that because they're not giving it.
Right? Yeah.
They're not giving it much time. So the rules have been set.
They're going to vote like this week, hopefully, right?
Yeah, the rules have been set. House impeachment managers and Trump's legal team will each get 16 hours to present their case. Then the option to debate and call a vote could happen if the House impeachment manager calls for it. Trump's legal team is leaning on two arguments to get an acquittal. First, from the Vox article, because he did not explicitly direct them, the rioters, to commit crimes, and because a few of the rioters may not have been supporters of his, the Senate must acquit. The lawyer's brief.
I just said it was going to be crazy in there. I didn't.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. He riled them up. That's for damn sure.
I knew they were horny, but I didn't think it was going to go full orgy.
I mean, he riled him up, but who was that other guy that really riled him up? The House member, who got his rile on.
Oh, was it a House member? Well, Hawley, I know he's been in trouble, and Cruz. I don't know who else
Senators,
spoke there.
I'll find his
those
name.
are the senators, but
Right.
It was
Yeah, but-
Mo Brooks from Alabama, I believe you're
Mo
thinking.
Brooks.
oh, Mo
Yeah.
Brooks. Oh, he
Yeah,
he
the
was
Alabama state Republican Party may have censored him or something crazy about it, but
Okay.
he got some trouble over it.
That's
He's the
comedian
main
and
hype
producer
man.
Mel Brooks' more serious brother.
Yeah.
Mo.
So the lawyers put out a brief. I think it's like 70 pages, but in there it said, "quote Words do matter, and the words of the President Trump's January 6th speech speak for themselves. President Trump did not direct anyone to commit lawless actions. They are also going to heavily lean into the fact that they think it's unconstitutional to convict a former president and a private citizen, something that they have seen a lot of support in with Senate Republicans. So
right. That's probably a good enough argument to get
Right.
the votes they need. Just
Yeah.
that one.
And
That's
apparently,
one of my favorite quotes of all time. Words do matter, and the words speak for themselves. I love that. Put that on a shirt. These words speak for themselves.
He said it's going to be crazy down there. So
Yeah.
that's
well,
just,
they're going on the facts. So the brief also concentrates on this line. I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voice heard. But the article also points out that in that speech, they use inflammatory words like fight and fight harder, and we will not let them silence your voices. We're not going to let it happen. So, I mean,
to be strong, all that.
yeah, strong. It was you got them riled up. That's for damn sure. So the vote on the rules are expected to pass today. Then the House managers will begin their 16 hours of arguments to noon tomorrow. Then Trump's lawyers will have 2 days to give their side. That will be followed by a session which senators can ask written questions to both legal teams. Unfortunately, Trump will not be there. He was given the option to testify in person, but he's not going to be.
He
there.
declined.
He
Yeah.
declined.
Would have been there, man.
Yeah, so
Would have made it a lot more fun to watch.
would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what's happening, and we'll keep you posted on the end
Here we
result.
go. Wham bam. Should be done this week though. I mean, we basically like we've been saying, the votes are kind of like predetermined on this.
Definitely less than 2 weeks.
Yes.
So should be behind us soon. All right, let's move it over to a tech grab with a hard A because it's happening in the Silver State, fellas. I'm a lucky man. I get to stay in the Silver State for both my stories. That's Nevada. This first one comes from listener Derek with a D. It's about Governor Steve Sisolak. Bubba, I think we got a picture of him wearing a King Koopa mask. He's a real cool and zany
fun.
guy. Governor Sisolak is proposing to allow tech companies to literally govern themselves if they move their business to the state of Nevada. The proposed law, which hasn't been formally introduced to the legislature, would establish quote-unquote innovation zones that would only be open to technology companies who could meet the minimum capital requirements. The tech companies would have to have at least $250 million in cash, plan to invest at least $1 billion over the next decade in the area, and they have to fall in the business of blockchain, autonomous tech, Internet of Things, robotics, artificial intelligence, wireless tech, biometrics, and renewable resources. They also have to have 50,000 acres of non-city land.
What the fuck does that mean? Well, they can kill people?
What do they
Yeah.
get? They can
kill
govern
people.
themselves.
No.
They're allowed to murder people.
Check it out.
on
Check it
their
out.
Land.
Well, yeah, basically, these companies would be allowed to set up a board of supervisors that could supersede the local county laws and government anytime they voted to do that. So they'd even be able to set up stuff like their own court system, their own police system, their own school systems. The only thing that the tech companies would not be allowed to do that equal to a government would be impose their own taxes, with the exemption that you could tax people for using fossil fuels on your land. So you could woke tax people.
This sounds this sounds fucking
It's
insane.
absolutely insane.
They're like an Indian reservation geniuses.
Yeah,
We
they're giving
found-
away Indian reservations.
If history tells us anything about the behavior of executives of big companies when the doors are closed, is they take care. They're usually
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good.
Oh my
They're
God,
gonna be
Armand
so moral,
Armand
right?
Hammer is rolling around in his grave right now.
Yeah, I mean, businessmen are licking their chops.
Musk might not even have to go to Mars.
Right.
No, he's already deep in the state of Nevada.
Dude.
So,
I hope this fucking passes, just for the news.
oh yeah, I mean, but you'd have no news because
They
you
would keep
try to
Yeah.
bring a camera in there, you're gonna get fucking killed.
Yeah,
Yo.
you
Like-
throw the name. It's not gonna be CEO anymore, bro. It's gonna be King.
Emperor,
Fucking
yeah.
King.
Emperor of Teslaville.
The news is going to be from someone that's like risking their life to give it to you.
Exactly.
Oh, you know they're gonna
Yeah.
get their own news
you
organization.
already can't get into the Gigafactory without them like pointing an AR at you, so it's a mess. It's a mess. But anyways, Sisolak tweeted, "I'm glad to see my NV Sots hashtag being highlighted in a national spotlight as carrying top tech agenda. My pledge to creating new innovation zones and developing new technology industries will help strengthen Nevada's infrastructure and economy and help generate new jobs in our state. And good luck with those jobs when you can't sue them for losing your arm on the factory line." Imagine if Kimball Musk made all the laws for Tesla. That's basically what's going to happen. I don't know why you'd risk that.
It's
if
like
the
action.
state-
It's literally RoboCop.
Yeah, no, it's exact. It's the start. It's RoboCop.
Yeah.
It's Outer Worlds. It's Borderlands. It's the Terminator series.
It's nuts.
Yeah,
It's they're all gonna have 50 wives.
They're gonna pay you in script. It's gonna be like the fucking coal mines of West Virginia in the 1800s.
It's so fucking crazy, but apparently they're really going to consider it this year in Nevada because the session's going on right now, so we'll know by June if they're actually going to do this shit.
The big question is why? The big
Right?
question. The big
Yeah.
question is who needs this?
Hey, why
is
not
it a-
try?
The need or a want? from a-
Sisolak wants to try out all these new worlds.
Yeah, why
He
not
wants to
try it
come in-
out?
Sisolak wants to come in and get his toes dipped in the.
Oh,
treated. Yeah.
it's so much lobby money just funneling straight to his bank account right now with this bill going in. It's got to be so heavily funded. You'd think based on how it is. And maybe he should attack his money problems a different way, guys. The old-fashioned way. By consolidating his debt with Lightstream.com with a shockingly low interest rate and then getting his financials back on track after that. Maybe he wouldn't have to be doing this giveaway governments thing. It's easy. With credit card consolidation loans from Lightstream, rates start just at 5.95% APR with autopay and excellent credit. That's much lower than the national average interest on credit cards, which is over 18% APR. Get a loan from Lightstream for $500,000 to $100,000 with absolutely zero fees as soon as the same day that you apply for the loan. Lightstream helped me consolidate my debt a while back and help it get it paid off. And that's the biggest thing you can do for yourself financially is get out of debt, especially high interest credit card debt, and then stay out of it because it's bad news. It compounds and it gets more expensive over time. So just for the Hardo Hive, apply now and get a special interest rate discount and save even more. The only way to get this discount is go to lightstream.com/factor. Again, that's lightstream.com/factor. Disclaimer, subject credit approval, subject to credit approval. Rates range from 5.95% APR to 19.99% APR and include a 0.5% autopay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/factor for more information.
Okay, it's a great idea.
Oh, it's me. I'm just staring at you. I was thinking, these kids better do that now before their parents send them books in their 30s telling them that they should have got Lightstream a decade or before. But good news. Good
Dad
news.
sends you rich dad, poor dad.
Mark was just reading some literature
Sorry, zoned out there. Good news. People desperately looking for good news about affordable housing, maybe because they are still renting in their mid to late 30s. This really plays right into what I was talking about. And that's the first 3D printed house is up for sale. And it's at 50% lower than the other houses in the market that it's in Long Island. So did you know about this, Pat, that they're printing 3D homes?
I've been waiting on it because it was like 3 years ago that video of the 3D printed house happening in Russia came out. And then there's a company in Austin, Texas, that is a 3D home printing deal, but they haven't been selling to the regular consumer. So I'm very excited.
This is in Long Island, so you're right around the corner from it. So let's take a look at some pictures of this 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-car garage that is going for just under $300K in that area. Pretty nice looking, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
are those real pictures though? They look a little.
Yeah. No, those are real. This 1,400 square foot beauty was designed by Manhattan-based engineering firm H2M, built by Long Island-based 3D printing company SQ4D, and is billed on Zillow as the world's first 3D printed home for sale.
Well, that's just not true. Oh, for sale. Okay.
For sale.
Well, how much is it? That's going to get pricey though.
So it's $299. It's $299, and houses equivalent of the same size in the same area are like $450. So it's like.
But isn't it going to get jacked up because people want to be the first?
Well, I don't know, but let's get to why it starts at this rate, because the process requires. This is kind of annoying. An enormous 3D printer. That's the tough part. You gotta have a huge 3D printer. The 3D printer then melts down solid materials and ejects them wherever you want, like a hot glue gun. So you just hot glue gun a house together. It takes about 9 days with 2 workers monitoring the printer to make sure things aren't going horribly wrong.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
so fast.
It goes line by line. They just build it like hot glue gun a house together.
Oh, you got to look at some of the videos of this shit. It's
crazy,
I've
right?
seen
awesome.
some of the videos.
Yeah.
Do they have to put the foundation down though first, right? Like you have
they
to
must.
still.
They do, and then they do 9 days of basically it's like cement. It turns into like cement. So they like 3D cement a house together, and then it takes a couple extra days to like finish the walls. And plug in the roof, and then that's all still done by the 3D printer, and then only I guess the humans come in and they actually sand down the walls and put in the utensils and sinks and stuff, which is like an extra 2 days. So 90% of the process is done like not with people.
By a robot.
Yeah. And they say these houses.
That's gonna fucking change things.
Yeah, they say these houses last more than 50 years guaranteed, and much longer than like wooden houses. And the overhead is 50% less to build these houses. So like in 2 to 3 weeks, you have a complete house from nothing at half the overhead costs. So now all we need is a bunch of enormous 3D printers and to work around those pesky zoning laws and permits and building codes and unions, and we'll be in business.
They're gonna figure out how to tax the hell out of these things because like. Exactly like you said, they know that the overhead is zero for the construction company doing this, and so like there's gonna be taxes on all the jobs you're getting rid of.
Yep.
So it's like it's gonna be a big problem.
I don't know. I'm seeing a house in my future. You know what I want?
No, it's great for home buyers. Home buyers should be psyched.
Can they 3D print me a boathouse on the cheap? That would be cool. I would live in a boathouse.
You don't have a boat?
No, they'd
Boathouse.
make me a boat.
3D print your boats. Yeah, I'd start there.
Yeah, 3D print me a boat house.
If you're
a boat and the boathouse, right?
If you're a carpenter though, you're breaking down some of these 3D printers. Like
100%.
You're going and fucking them up on the weekend.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you're taking them out.
That's what I'm saying. There's not a ton of 3D printers.
Like and when there are, construction workers are going to take these things out. Like
you're going to see 20 Mexicans carrying a 3D printer down the road.
Throw it in the lake.
It shows up at Home Depot somehow. It's just getting the shit beat out of it.
Yeah, like that Office Space scene where they beat up the printer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
that's it.
That thing is like the bane of builders' existence.
Not good. Not a lot of guys build houses. I wouldn't worry too much about it. It happened again, guys.
Automation is coming.
It happened again. Yet another death from a baby-related celebration. This time it was at a baby shower, not a traditionally deadly gender reveal party. A man attending a baby shower at a home near Flint, Michigan, was killed when a small cannon exploded in the backyard. The cannon was being fired to, quote, celebrate the baby's pending arrival. which is also the reason we can assume the cannon was not fully sized. It was a mini cannon, baby-sized. 26-year-old Evan Thomas Silva was killed on Saturday after he was struck by shrapnel from the cannon. When the cannon was fired by the homeowner and most likely the expectant father, police say the cannon blew up, spraying hot metal shrapnel across the yard, striking Silva in the chest, as well as 3 vehicles and the garage in Gaines Township. Silva was standing about 10 to 15 feet away from the cannon and was the only person hit by shrapnel. He was taken to the hospital where he eventually died from his Civil War era injuries.
The expectant father died?
No.
No,
This is a friend. This is a
Okay.
friend. So why was he standing in front of the cannon? Why was there stuff loaded into the cannon to fire out?
He was not
lots of
standing in front of the
questions.
cannon. He was near the cannon. The cannon was overpacked.
With
Apparently,
what? And why?
gunpowder, cannon fodder.
Uh-huh.
Guys, the cannon was similar to a signal cannon, apparently, which is a thing. It was purchased by the homeowner at an auction, which is probably a cursed auction. The cannon was supposed to create a big flash, noise, and smoke. Instead, it created carnage and a situation where the expectant couple will be forced to name their child Evan. The homeowner and shitty neighbor claims he fired the cannon multiple times before, but I guess this time they really packed it up. And,
Why am I named Evan?
Yeah, you.
We killed him. We killed a man.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's bad. No, the whole cannon exploded. That's what
Yeah.
happened.
So
Cannon pieces hit him.
this is
So
bullshit.
this was a baby reveal.
It wasn't a baby reveal. It was it was a baby shower. So it was a baby shower. The dad was like, "Yeah, I went to the auction. They put a cannon up. How could I not buy it?"
It was
Fired.
a check out my cannon party, is what it was.
Right. Why do people feel the need to show off their explosives when they're having a child? Like
Right.
what about having a child? There was
I don't
no point during my wife's pregnancy where I was like, you know what? I need to show off some explosives.
You need to
Was
fire up
this-
your guns.
Yeah, I need to get all my guns, and I need to raise some hell.
Were
You've
these
never had a
people
cannon,
like in
Will.
the Wicker Man type religion where they're like, if one door opens, another closes type thing? Like a life is coming in, we have to exterminate one?
No, these are blue collar people who were drinking Busch Light
Okay.
at their gender reveal party. I'm sorry, baby shower. Just straight baby shower outside of Flint, Michigan.
Quick, stick Evan in the giant Wicker Man thing and light him on fire.
Yeah, I think the ladies were inside and the men went outside to see the cannon. Now, guys, you may remember last year when a soon to be grandmother in Iowa was killed by shrapnel from a pipe bomb.
Wait, shrapnel. How you say it?
Shrapnel.
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 Yeah.
Shrapnel.
Yeah,
Killed by hot pieces of metal from a pipe bomb, or in 2019 in Texas when a plane crashed after the pilot dumped hundreds of gallons of pink water in some sort of gender reveal, or the coup de grace when a blue smoke bomb sparked an Arizona wildfire several years ago, or the last year the California wildfire, which destroyed more than 20,000 acres. This needs to end now. If you're planning on exploding something other than in a fertilized egg, and subsequently your bank account to get a kid going, you need to hire an explosives expert.
Yeah.
I gotta rewind on your pronunciations. Is it coup de grace or coup de grace?
Coup de grace.
Yeah.
Silent.
I think you had a couple shrapnel grasses there.
Coup de grace. I'm pretty sure I nailed it. If you're going to blow something up, explosives expert, or if there isn't one in your area, worst case, hire a combat veteran. You can pay them in beer. They'll supervise. There's a combat veteran in your neighborhood.
That's not going to guarantee things don't go poorly, though. That's just, I mean, you are hiring a vet. That's good on you.
Got to hire a vet.
But
Is anyone arrested, Pat?
No, someone's dead though.
No.
what?
No, there's someone's getting arrested.
Somebody's got to be
pressed.
pressing charges on this.
The next one, after they write a law about killing someone with a cannon in 2021.
This is setting the precedent. Yeah.
Oh, we'd love to arrest him, but it never happened before. Guys, make sure to check out our weekly content on Stereo. If you don't know, Stereo is a really cool app. 2 of us at a time do a show. Right now we're doing Wednesday shows and Friday shows on the new platform. Honestly, we love it. It's super fun. Here's how it goes. You can listen to the end of the show. At the end of the show, we'll have a little preview, but I'll tell you about it as well. We'll pick a topic. Last week, Will and I talked about being dads, and Mark and Wes talked about health scares. By the way, Mark's testicle is fine. Don't worry about that.
It's improved, yeah.
And we can interact directly with you guys when we're doing it. You guys can leave a voicemail, a voice message, and we listen to it right there on the show. We answer the question. Super cool. So you guys help drive the direction of the show. We fucking love it. Live Q&As. So download the Stereo app. Give us a follow. My Stereo is Pat Cassidy. Mark's is at Hard Factor Mark. Will's at Hard Factor Will. Wes are at Hard Factor Wes. So download the Stereo app. Give us a follow and tune in on Wednesdays and Fridays for our shows. They're around 5 o'clock-ish, but stay tuned on the Twitter for the exact time. And yeah, at the end of the episode, we'll play a little preview of what those shows are like. So stick around for that.
Yeah. Lots of fun. All right, guys, got a double fools that work in schools for you. The first one was sent in by Tank Barstool. Thank you, sir. So, guys, being a substitute teacher is one of the easiest jobs in the world. According to ZipRecruiter, subs make anywhere from $10.65 in Mississippi to $15.51 in Massachusetts an hour. Massachusetts, by the way, number one according to U.S. News as far as how to educate their students. Alabama at the bottom. And I guess the $11.37 an hour that 30-year-old Amelia Wrestler was getting just wasn't enough in her mind. So she decided to get paid to do one of her favorite things, which was masturbating.
Oh, well, that's
There
more
she
fun
is.
than working.
Yeah, and getting paid $11.37 an hour to masturbate is a dream job scenario. Unfortunately for
Sign
Amelia,
me up. Sign me up.
sign me up twice. Unfortunately for Amelia, it's illegal when you do it in the classroom, and it's very illegal when that classroom is full of elementary school kids and
wow.
you are filming yourself do it, like
she
Amelia
was doing
did.
it. She was okay. Yeah, I got it here. We got to
Oh,
hear this.
she was on like a chatterbait. or something like
OnlyFans
that.
deal
No,
here.
she was just filming herself, like
Right,
No,
like
with her
Pornhub,
phone.
Yeah,
OnlyFans.
she was
What are you
going to
talking
upload
about?
it eventually,
Yeah,
Pat.
this was a
yes.
scenario situation. She wasn't just filming.
Right.
This-
This was to
Right.
make money.
No, well, yeah, she was obviously she wanted to do something with it. Yeah,
She's like, turn to page 69.
yeah. Well, she did it at Mount Zion Elementary School. A Carroll County Sheriff spokesman said, "quote Where she was sitting, it wasn't like it was a closed desk, and the kids couldn't look up and visually see what she was doing at
What?
the time. So weird
Kids
wording.
could see it.
Kids could see it if they wanted to. The way she was caught was
itch. A lot of kids grew up that day.
Yeah,
Mrs.
no
Wrestler,
shit.
you're
No
itchy,
shit.
aren't you?
Imagine explaining that to your kid. What? How old were these kids?
Elementary school.
So like how
So
young though?
probably
It's
like
fourth grade?
10, 11.
10.
Yeah.
That's
Hair,
tough.
hair
That's
started,
tough. That's
hair
tough with a
started
10-year-old.
sprouting off their chests.
Yeah,
Mm.
Like,
Mrs.
what was
Wrestler,
that teacher doing? Ooh,
you
it's
got a
loaded
bug in
question.
your pants. You trying to squash that bug?
She said she was clicking her mouse. The way she
squashing that bug.
yeah. The way she was caught was the video she took was uploaded to the cloud and was spread through the community, and sheriffs were notified. So this absolute fool is now being charged with 19 counts of child molestation. I don't know how that comes to child molestation.
No, for
but-
sure. It's like when they told me when I mooned the bus, if my nuts had popped out,
Ah.
it would have been sexual assault.
You molested me.
Yeah.
When your nuts popped out.
I thought molesting was
Visual-
just touching.
Visual molestation.
Yeah. For our second story, we head to our favorite state, Florida, where a middle school teacher, soccer coach at C.W. Ruckle Middle School in Niceville, 35-year-old Haley Morgan Hallmark, is in trouble for carrying on a 2-year relationship with a student. The relationship began when the now 17-year-old student was in 8th grade, and it was a natural progression of texting to sexting to performing sex acts on each other after soccer practice in the classroom,
8th
and
grade.
eventually in each other's homes. So just a classic scenario there. In a statement nobody believes, Superintendent Marcus Chambers said, Okaloosa County teachers represent the highest standard of professionalism, ethics, and morality. Whatever you say, Marcus. Apparently, the soccer coach would tilt the camera up in the classroom and perform the sexual acts against the door so nobody could enter or watch.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Backed
These
it
are-
up,
these are
backed it
two-
up into the door, huh?
Yeah.
They
big
got
time
cameras in
sex
the
teachers.
classroom.
Well, in Florida, yeah. There's a crime in every classroom in Florida.
Why don't you just slam my rear end into the door handle? That won't.
Right.
They'll never get in.
They're gonna have to get infrared cameras in there. Imagine if there was infrared cameras in every
Yeah,
school.
cameras that can smell.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like in Mountain Monsters where they have the infrared. You know,
Yeah.
like they're always looking for the monster in the dark.
I got into Mothman the other night. Let me
Looks
tell
like
you.
there's 2 monsters in that room.
We'll get into that later. And guys, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. And guess what? Guess what I found out today? It's that all the restaurants are booked up for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you are fucked unless you want to eat at 9 p.m. and you can convince your gal or guy that it's a new hot spot you heard was great when really you just fucked up. But you know what can make that all disappear? A painting from paintyourlife.com.
Oh,
And
yes.
guess what? With the money you're going to save by not going out to that fancy booked up restaurant, you can get a beautiful painting at a really affordable price. Choose from a team of world-class artists and work with them until every detail is perfect. User-friendly platform lets you custom order your painting in less than 5 minutes. Just send them a picture.
It's like the meal that never ends.
Right. Yeah. It's perfect.
This is a futuristic service, I'm telling you. You get a hand-painted. Imagine this existing 20 years ago. It would have blown people's minds.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
you would have had to like find a grandmother who's like, was a great painter once, but you can take advantage for low prices.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Coco. It was like the movie Coco.
Right.
Yeah.
Except this is straight to your phone
Yeah.
anytime you want it.
I'm going to get this painting. I don't know if you guys can see it, but
It's Wes naked.
it's a picture of me with the Chihuahua. I'm going to get that one painted for myself.
Why is it
Shirtless.
sucking on your nipple?
It's not sucking on my nipple. It's-
Well, close.
Paint your life's okay with it as long as it's
Yeah.
PG-13.
one of the options is person with animal.
Yeah.
So I'm just send them a picture, and they will create a masterful work of art that they're gonna love. I'm actually starting a new tradition with Paint Your Life. I forget about Valentine's Day, then I save my ass with a painting. I'm creating a wall of forgetfulness, and it's gonna look great. At paintyourlife.com, there's no risk. If you don't love your final painting, the money is refunded, guaranteed. And right now, as a limited time offer, get 20% off your painting. That's right, 20% off and free shipping. To get this special offer, text the word FACTOR to 64,000. That's FACTOR to 64,000. Text FACTOR to 64,000. Paint Your Life. Celebrate the moments that matter most. Terms apply. Available at paintyourlife.com/terms. Again, text FACTOR to 64,000.
All right, fellas. We got 3 quick ones to close it out. This next one is Vegas 911 from listener Nolan Schultz. It's a story about a crazy person, even for Las Vegas standards. That means they're extra crazy. Crystal with a K, Whipple. That's what a name, Crystal Whipple. She was sentenced to 10 to 25 years in prison for second-degree murder last Friday. Bub, if you could pop her pick up so the boys could see what we're talking about.
You talking about Crystal Whippets?
Yep, Crystal Whippets. What do you think the charges were for Crystal? Why she was sentenced for 10 to
Killing
25?
a John.
Well, close. There was a murder involved. Any other specifics?
No, I'm gonna leave it at killing a John.
Okay, yeah, it's a good guess. Crystal ran over a nail salon manager with her car to death after refusing to pay $35 for a manicure in December 2018. So, turns out not only did Crystal kill the store manager with her car that day, Crystal tried to pay with a stolen credit card, then claimed she was going to her car to get cash when the manager and her boyfriend walked out to stop the car, which was a stolen rental car. Crystal just ran her over and killed her to death.
Looks
Thankfully-
like this one's on the house.
Right. Yeah, for $35.
She break any nails in the incident?
Yeah.
Right. I hope she did. I hope she broke all of them. Thankfully,
Yeah.
this is a soft corner as well. She's in the soft corner forever. Thankfully, the cops in Phoenix were able to find this little psycho and get her back to Vegas. The woman she murdered was Annie Nguyen, a 51-year-old mother of 3.
Oh, God.
Enjoy being in the soft corner on top of prison for 10 to 25 and soft corner forever. Crystal with a K. You cunt with a K.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Well, taking it home. All right, you're not going to believe this one, guys, but experts like Dr. Raymond Chung of Harvard University and Dr. Harry Pariah Madur of Northwestern are saying more and more young people are drinking heavily during the global pandemic.
Oh yeah,
believe
you wouldn't believe that. Yeah.
Can you believe it? The reason they
What
are
would
able
cause
to make,
that?
I don't know. The
Depression?
reason,
Anxiety?
yeah, all of it. They're able to make this claim is because other than being able to see the most obvious trends of all time, they're also hepatologists or liver doctors. And they say young people's livers are failing at epic rates. Let's get a picture of some livers up, Bubba. There's healthy livers, then there's fatty livers, and then there's psoriasis.
Gonna be honest,
Cirrhosis.
Cirrhosis.
That is a fucked up liver.
Fatty liver looks honestly the best there. If you were gonna go
Yeah,
with
you
the
want
three-
fatty.
It looks the
fatty-
tastiest.
Yeah,
You want
fatty's
fatty
like-
liver.
Yeah.
They look like delicious cookies.
I'm always somewhere between fatty and cirrhosis. So you just gotta
Cirrhosis-
one has walnuts.
There you go.
Exactly. It's a dark chocolate.
It's more.
Yeah, Dr. Chung says the trend has been alarming for years with young people's livers, but the pandemic has exacerbated the problem.
No
And
kidding.
he says what we're seeing now is truly dramatic. And what do you want us to do, Dr. Chung?
TB12. This is why we're TB12.
Okay. I just lost it on the Chiefs, you prick. A study from researchers at the Rand Corporation found that alcohol consumption was up almost 30% more during the pandemic compared to the few months prior when people had plans. Get this. The geniuses here also think the economy might be having an impact on the drinking. Dr. Maduro genius explained by saying, I think we're only on the cusp of this. Quarantine is one thing, but the downturn in the economy, that's not going anywhere anytime soon.
The 3D printed homes,
Yeah.
the no jobs.
They're going to have plenty of patients for decades. Hepatology might be a good practice to take up if you want to pay off your medical bills.
Not that'll make you drink like worrying about money, you know?
Yep. That's exactly right. Now, while fatty inflamed livers and scarred livers with cirrhosis are going up like Dogecoin, some are facing a worse fate, like 32-year-old Illinois preschool teacher and alcoholic Kayla Stagner. She died recently from acute methanol intoxication after presumably drinking a large amount of hand sanitizer.
Oh, no.
The article I read called her an alcoholic and said she probably drank the hand sanitizer, so I'm not sure if it was written by an ex of hers or an enemy, but they did say her family is suing Bloom and Advanced in-state sanitizer in a wrongful death case for listing ethanol on the bottle, but not methanol. Ethanol is the ingredient used in alcoholic beverages that booze hound Kayla craved. Methanol is the ingredient Bloom and sanitizer had at deadly levels, according to a test ran on the bottle. And it was not found. That's not found in alcoholic beverages.
This is sometimes they need like a legal mirror, like where you're trying to sue these people, but really they just shine the mirror at you and you end up suing yourself because you raised this kid that drank fucking.
Oh, for
hand
sure.
sanitizer.
No, you shouldn't be suing over this. Yeah, this is.
Well,
I mean, they should change the label, but that's
maybe this will change your mind, Pat. They're suing for $75,000, and I say just give it to them.
Yeah, it's true. That's $75K. That's it.
They don't even know how to
reasonable
sue right.
amount. Yeah.
Can't raise a kid, can't sue right.
Just give him the fucking $75K.
All right, guys. Finally, a 12-year-old UK boy spent 4 days slowly panicking last month after the massive amount of magnets he'd swallowed as a quote experiment. Yeah, they didn't come out the other end as he had hypothesized they would. Riley Morrison, who's being described,
That's a lot.
That's a big ball of magnets.
Riley's being described as quote science crazed, which is a nice way of saying on the spectrum and with ADHD. Finally told his mom about the magnets.
Uncontrollable little shit.
Right, who rushed him to the hospital. When he told his mom about the magnets, she asked, how much you swallow? And he did what any kid would do at that age. He lied to make it seem not as bad. So he told her, I'd swallowed 2 by accident, Mom. But after a 6-hour keyhole surgery on his asshole, the doctor pulled out 54 magnets.
That'll teach you to lie.
He did the Brit Reed on her.
Yeah, might have swallowed 2. I don't know. 2 or 7. I don't know.
Picture.
Oh.
He's way too old to be doing this.
This kid's an idiot.
He was on the spectrum, but guys, his mom did say he's autistic, but he knows well enough to what he should be doing and not swallowing. The schoolboy spent 10 days vomiting green liquid caused by his bowels leaking, which led him to be tube fed. The boy ate the magnetic balls to see if objects would stick to his stomach and to also see how they looked when he shit them out. Covered in shit, I would imagine. Could have saved him some time.
Did he lose some weight?
Oh, he's a little chunk. I don't know. He probably did.
What I'm saying, it sounds like it's a good weight loss method.
This could be easier than the TB12. Yeah,
it's true.
Well worth
buying
it.
some magnets.
The boy was quoted as saying, I tried to stick magnets to me. I wanted to see if the copper would stick to my belly while the magnets were inside me. They didn't. His mother told the Daily Mail, he's taking all of his magnets out his room now. He won't even entertain them.
Don't give this kid a Bunsen burner.
Yeah.
Now he's scared of magnets.
He's done with magnets.
They
Riley
disappointed him with the results of his test.
Yeah, he won't even play with them anymore.
No.
Riley said from the hospital.
Something tells me he's going to be reeling anal beads one day.
We'll see. I don't know.
The
Maybe
same thing.
Teledildonics is in his future.
Riley said from his hospital bed, quote, my advice, never eat magnets. Bin them. Whisk them away and make sure they do not exist. And that's going to do a hard factor. Thank you guys so much for listening. Stay tuned for the stereo preview. Give us a follow. If you're new to the show, we have a Patreon where there's 2 bonus episodes per week, plus a bunch of other cool shit. Check out patreon.com/hardfactor and have a great fucking day.